Hello, Internet, and welcome back to another rousing episode of Elegant Magicks, the good society tale of incantations and infatuations in Bexley under Mount Whitebridge. Hi, y'all. It's been a while. Missed ya. Real good to be back. Very excited to destroy everyone's lives tonight. But more on that later. Hey, hi, my lovely cast. I'm gonna have you introduce yourself shortly so we can just jump on into the chaos. But first, couple housekeeping things. Numero uno, we have so many amazing shows on this channel. We are here Thursdays right now if you're here with us live, Fridays, Saturdays with 2 different alternating games, Sundays, and now Mondays as well. We have a brand new D&D game, which I will let Savvy talk more about in a bit. But please, jump onto Twitter, where we update every time we go live. Jump into our Discord, hang out with us, where we, of course, also talk about all the lovely content. Subscribe on YouTube, so you can watch stuff, 10 years from now. And you can see how much I have not aged. Not one bit. Next up after that, merch! We have merch in the store. RJ, please, if you don't mind standing up. What do you have there, RJ?
Fly and ready to die.
Is that a tank top with Fly ready
top.
to die? Well, of course it is, because it's talking about bisexuals. I also have a lovely mug with the exact same phrase on it. It's pretty great. I drink basically everything from it. We have several other things in the store, including this newer one of the Gubba Bump Shrimp Company. All of those lovely psychedelic and hallucinogenic shrimp. Oh, we really like to say ridiculous things on the internet and then put them on things for you to buy. Because we enjoy it. And apparently you do too, which is great. So, yes, chat, I myself am also bisexual and in a tank top, which is great. So, thanks for that. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now and let my cats introduce themselves.
I have on sleeves
Please
and I feel like
tell
I'm
us.
letting everyone down.
I mean, I have sleeves too. I can't do anything about this.
Oh, cast, please tell everyone who you are, where we can find you on the internet, and who you are playing this evening. We will start, as always, with Val.
I don't know if I've signed up for this energy that we're starting with tonight, but hi everyone, I'm Val, the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. You can find me here Thursdays through Mondays now, playing and or running games. I run a game called Neon Souls, which Sid mentioned, tomorrow at 9:30 Eastern Time, new start time, where we're doing space shenanigans now. They're fighting pirates and stealing energy drinks. So join us for that tomorrow, and then on Saturday I run alternate games. Saturday night's Mistborn, which we had last week, and Saturday night's Star Power, which will be coming up this weekend. Coming out with us for that. Also playing Fate in a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure inspired setting. And tonight I will be playing Layrd Avalon Cross, who is the socialite, and their desire is to drive the family that looks down on them to self-destruction and ruin.
And they're well on their way for that one. Savvy.
Hello, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. I'm mostly on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page, soon to be updated, because I got a lot of new stuff happening. I'm here on this channel Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and now Mondays. I run a couple of games here on the channel. Right now I'm running Thursday's Children, which is our Sunday afternoon Vaesen game, which we are coming up on the finale of pretty quick. So you can come hang out with us on Sunday afternoons for that. And I also run our new show. It's called The Forgotten. It's on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're playing Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of characters from other campaigns who are finally getting to have their own adventure. So I'm really excited about it. And it's fun playing D&D again. Haven't done it in a while. Definitely haven't run it in a long time, like years. So it's going, I would say. But coming out with us for that. I'm other places too. But you can find those on my schedule. But tonight I am playing Jessamine Blackwood or Jessamine Booker, depending on who you're speaking to, who is the tutor. And her desire is to restore her family name and resume her place in society.
Hell yeah. RJ.
Hey everybody, it's me RJ, and you can catch me at rjustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. Next time you can catch me is on Saturday for our Star Power game, where I play Fang and his stand, the Four Emperors. It's gonna be great. Sunday morning over at the Hype Goblins channel, where I'm doing some D&D 5e and a homebrew campaign. Most of my week, next week, is going to be on Indoor Adventures channel on Monday. My Shatterkai wizard got separated from the group in the Shadowfell, and he's at the carnival. A very haunted, cursed carnival.
There's a carnival in the Shadowfell?
Yes, the Shadow Carnival. It's the opposite of the Witchlight Carnival.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But yeah, that's it for me. Tonight I'm playing Jarvis Hawke, who is the careerist, and his desire is to take revenge on the people responsible for stealing Wump You Love. And that's never gonna change.
As it shouldn't. And last but not least, Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex OMG. It's some guy on the internet, mostly here, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. Tuesdays, I'm either running our Masks game or playing in a Cthulhu-ish game. So you should check that out. My brain is not here already, so this is going to be fun tonight. I'm also Sunday nights on LB Hack'emup's channel in her Masks game over there. But here, tonight, right here, right now, right here, right now, I am playing Bernard Sinclair, the new arrival, whose desire is to determine your love's true feelings and reestablish your engagement.
We'll see how that goes this evening as well. And as always, I am your facilitator this evening, except for that one time with some, bonkers demon named Bonesaw, but we don't talk about that. I'm Christina said, yeah, we talk about it pretty frequently because it was fucking hilarious. I'm Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid, generally just talking about the shenanigans that I do here. I'm a GGK exclusive again for the foreseeable future. I am here on Thursdays, on Fridays, every other Saturday, Sundays, and Mondays. It's good times. I think that's everything that we needed to accomplish before we jumped on in. So, why don't we do a lovely little recap? Because it's been a while. So, that seems appropriate. This is the shortest recap in a while, which I don't know how to feel about it. Maybe ominous? I don't know. Last time on Elegant Magicks, in the aftermath of the Battle of Iron Hand Castle, as that most epic showdown will be known now and forever for future generations, our major characters and our players did a little housekeeping. And contrary to popular belief, did see some consequences to their actions, with both Bernie and Avalon receiving the full ire of their aunt and their mother, respectively. The post came as well. We had some letters. And among those letters, there were letters of note, such as Avalon inviting Jessamine to a dinner that she would need to plan, and Jessamine accepting. Jarvis quitting both his post with the family business as well as with the College of Wizardry. The Auricular Matchmakers inviting literally the entire town to a ball for reasons. And Bernie entreating Mrs. Knox of the Fey Courts for aid at this aforementioned ball. That would definitely not be a way for his aunt to exact her revenge. Nah, no, not at all. Not one bit. Avalon and Jessamine also fully explored their inner conflicts, which granted both a new romantic relationship for the lovely Ophelia, as well as an official redemption arc for Zachary. Woohoo! We also began our final cycle of play with some heartfelt conversations. Jarvis revealed his aim in quitting his family and college obligations. He wished to take Jacqueline across the pond to America and settle, apparently in the Wild West, to which Jacqueline happily agreed, once they had cleared up some matters here in Bexley, with a kiss, making, of course, the Facilitator's night. Bernie visited with Miranda and attempted to convince her that he does, in fact, still love her, but she seemed to have some doubts about whether she had any place in his life compared to his extraordinary friends / paramour hopefuls. She did, however, agree to dance at the matchmaker's ball, leaving him with some hope of a reconciliation, if only he picks the correct dating sim prompts. And Avalon and Jessamine closed the session with a lovely dinner al fresco, agreeing that they are both sincere in their wishes to continue with their relationship, even if the sure difficulties of their family's animosity and fraught history. They also ended with a lovely kiss, making the Facilitator's night yet again. And that's it. That pretty much summed it up, I think. So, we are still in the midst of a novel chapter. Raise your hand if you have allocated a scene. I believe 3 of you have. I believe that was a Bernie and a Jarvis. And, of course, since she had to plan the whole thing, a Jessamine. So, barring anyone spending tokens, I believe that leaves a scene for an Avalon or any of Val's side characters and a me. So, Val, did you have a scene?
I can't think of anything immediately with what just happened with Avalon. Well, no. Okay. The one thing I think I take that back. Avalon wanted to meet up with Kara and Miss Ayers.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
For show. Ooh, we need different music for this.
I think sent a letter to her last time, if I remember correctly.
Yes, to get the ball rolling on their plotting. Excellent. Let me see. Yeah, sure. That works. So, Avalon arranges to meet with Ms. Ayers. You could meet in that same secret chamber inside of the tree past the orchard, but given circumstances, Ms. Ayers recommends against it. So you may have to find a new location. Give me a location. Where is yet another secret Arcana Populi meeting space? Because they're all over fucking town. For funsies.
I think, given the nature of everything that's happening, I think Avalon would be reluctant to meet at an official Arcanum Populi safe room.
Okay.
So, I guess with Savannah's permission, because it's her connection, maybe arranges for a backroom meeting at the pub with the assistance of her friend, cousin, / proprietor.
Yeah.
Probably would have asked Jessamine to assist, Avalon trusting Jessamine in this, and wanting to sort of deviate from what would typically be Arcanum process for safety.
Right. Very nice. Okay. Meeting in plain sight. I like it. Excellent. If Savvy is amenable to this, sure.
Yeah.
Jessamine speaks with Heidi, I assume, requests the back room, and when Avalon arrives, would Avalon want to arrive first or wait until Ms. Ayers arrived?
Avalon, I don't think it matters. Avalon will probably be there first, but I think Avalon is also disguised for this meeting.
Really? Do tell.
Yeah, I think to cross universes with my Mistborn game, because I already established that Avalon.
Because why the fuck not?
Mistborn shit in this. I think Avalon, one of the things with Ferrochemy and is be able to store age in certain metals to make oneself appear older or younger.
Yeah.
So I think Avalon looks old. So I think is like probably appears to be in their like so basically ancient. So let's say like 55.
Whoa.
I think,
Decrepit.
yeah. So older, graying hair, probably wearing something that asked Jessamine to get from like the servants' quarters because Avalon doesn't know where those are.
Even
At
though
Iron
they've
Hands.
totally been there now. Whatever, it's fine.
They've already forgotten. And is so it's something kind of muted browns, like just like basic slacks and trousers, but appears to be like pretty haggard, 50 something, middle-aged figure.
Amazing. Okay, then we'll say that they arrive first, and when after a couple of minutes, always prompt, Ms. Ayers arrives and is being shown back into the room by Heidi. Ms. Ayers comes in, stops, and goes, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought, did you perhaps double book this space?"
Well, that's me.
Oh. Well done. Thank you. Heidi, was it? Yes, thank you. Heidi.
And I assume I should cross off a token for this too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry for the short notice.
No, my lad, not at all.
Please, none of that right now.
Right. It feels very strange to call you Avalon 1 for propriety's sake, and should I call you another name, just, for the sake of, the subterfuge, and also because you look nothing like yourself right now. It's very strange.
The more you talk about it, the more difficult it becomes to keep up the ruse. But
please, just give
how
me
about
a name. Any name.
how about Lonnie?
Lonnie. Lovely. Lonnie. I began the process that you requested. I believe we should be ready.
Right. And the disposition of the other members?
Confused, but I think willing to see reason.
Have we at least been able to sway some support to our motion?
Our closest allies, I believe, are most certainly on board. Some of the outliers, again, may need to hear proper arguments, but overall, I think we should be successful.
That's what worries me. The reason for calling this motion was to oust those that might have infiltrated our organization for the purposes of undermining our activities. If it looks like we are going to be successful, then I would doubt they would peaceably allow an exchange of power back to somebody who is not under their control. Whoever is behind this. My assumption being the college, but it's impossible to know until they've exposed themselves. There's a very, very real chance this may become violent, should things go our way.
Again, Lonnie, our staunchest supporters will be on our side regardless. It is the outliers that may become problematic should things look that uncertain.
Where have we agreed to hold the meeting this time?
That's a really good idea. They can't do it in the secret room underneath the tailors anymore, because that's been made. The tree room is not big enough for that large of a group. I shall throw it out to everyone else. Where is a sizable enough Arcanum secret meeting place within town? Brainstorm. Go.
The tailor shop?
That's the
We
one
just
that
said the
was
tailor
made.
shop got made.
Oh.
did that one.
We literally just did that
You
one.
ruined that one.
Yeah, it was all your fault.
It's my job.
There was
Was
another
a job.
pub in town. I would suggest, there's always an out of order sign up. But there's only the one pub in town.
Yeah. I like an out of order sign though. Out of order sign. Put an out of order sign on a latrine, like an outhouse situation somewhere situated in town, and just shit ton of people keep walking in because it's not really a latrine.
An out of order sign on a latrine behind an abandoned winery.
I like it.
Sure.
There.
Oh, really, that one?
Honestly, most people are never anywhere near there, so
Fine. I suppose it's better than, well, any other option we have. Right. I would recommend advising our close supporters to be wary and ready for things potentially to grow difficult And I will also make arrangements for some outside help, should things go that way.
Outside help.
There are some that are aware of our organization that are not officially members of it, that I trust, and I think would be able to assist us. They would have the advantage of not actually needing to be present for the meeting.
True. If you trust them, Lonnie, I of course trust you.
Right.
I suppose the last item would be, well, when?
Sid, I will leave this to you for dramatic storytelling purposes. What would be a suitably dramatic time for us to have this?
Let's say tomorrow evening. As this evening, the entire town is quite busy with the matchmaker's ball.
Tomorrow evening. After sunset.
All right. I shall get the information out to everyone. Are we taking this as far as to ensure that the four and the advocate are present?
I believe this is the only way to be sure.
All right. It will be done.
Thank you. One other. I don't mean to ask for too much, but Avalon reaches into their pocket and brings out a small sealed, like wax sealed envelope, hands it to her. Should anything go wrong tomorrow, I should be indisposed, apprehended, murdered. Please follow the instructions on that and do not open it unless that comes to pass.
Of course. Sticks it in a inside pocket. It will be done.
Thank you.
Of course, Lonnie.
Well, I'd be suspicious if you didn't stay for a drink for a little bit. So.
Of course. And without prompting, as of course she was listening at the peephole,
Gonna have to murder your cousin, Jessamine.
Heidi comes by to offer drinks.
I don't have anything else interesting for this scene.
The decrepit-looking Avalon and Ms. Ayres have a rather solemn drink together in the back room of the Empty Raven as we pan away. Excellent. It's my turn, isn't it? Yeah. So, I get my fucking ball now.
Listen, I know the matchmakers are pretty forward. They're not quite so forward to put on a fucking ball.
You have no idea what they're capable of now. Everyone goes about their day. Again, little timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. We had some things going on. But so this evening is the grand event. The entire town being invited to the largest public ballroom for a matchmaker's ball. Given that it is everyone invited, it does not appear that it will be similar to matchmakers' balls that we have experienced previously. It's not just for those looking for partners. It's for everyone. So, of course, early on in the day, decorations, servants are gathered around making preparations. It is bustling in the public house. How do all of you prepare for the evening? I guess I should ask, are you all intending to attend?
Yeah.
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 E?
Yeah.
E? And Bernard?
Yeah, Bernie is attending for sure, but he also spends, I guess this is maybe a question for you. Is his aunt putting on any kind of appearances and trying to make him be there to help set up, or instructions at home for him to do anything, or is she leaving him to his own devices?
Bernie has not seen his aunt since the evening where he told her that she should leave town.
Okay, good to know. So I think Bernie he's spending a fair bit of the day fretting and worrying. But that's when he's on his own. Otherwise, he is, writing messages, seeing if the others wish to coordinate their arrivals, or what, or if they are going on their own, or, well, not on their own, but, if it's Jarvis and Jack and Jess and Avalon, but I think is going to reach out to Miranda again, and I know you only promised me a dance, but will you also accompany me to the ball? And wants to arrive with her.
Oh. Does he send a missive? Does he go and see her?
I think what's the most adorably awkward way to do this? I think he sends a missive, and then
there are a lot of
also-
options in that regard.
You stand inside her
And-
room with a boombox.
And deliver your own letter making the request.
Yeah, that is.
Where
the
you
route I
actually
was
signed
going.
it, even though you are giving it to her, so it's very obvious it's from you. Yeah.
Not having thought about she's just going to read it as soon as you hand it to her.
Yeah. But she is staying at the pub, right? So I think he goes, delivers it to her, realizes, oh wait, I'll just be in the common room having a drink. If you wish to join me. If you don't wish to join me, that's fine.
I mean, I could read it, or you could. Couldn't you just tell me what's in it, or is it?
Yes, I would very much like it if you were to accompany me to the festivities this evening.
She was halfway through opening it and starting to read it anyway, but then you said that, and are you sure?
Why wouldn't I be sure?
I don't know. Sure. Yes, of course. I would love to.
All right. Well, you are certainly welcome to prepare here. You can also come to the manor and have some of the servants assist you.
I think I can manage. Do I need to formally, like, respond to this letter, or
If you wish, or you can toss it in the fireplace.
well, I won't do that. I'll just folds it up, puts it on the nightstand. I'll. Shall I meet you there, or?
I will have a carriage. I'm assuming that I was actually thinking about this before. I assume there are carriages that can transport centaurs.
Oh, of course. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So he will have one of those, one of this Sinclair centaur carriages made available.
They don't call it a centaur carriage. It's just a carriage large enough
Yeah.
for someone of her stature to sit comfortably. But excellent. Okay.
A horse trailer.
Horse trailer.
So, the great debate. If a centaur is pulling some form of cart, is that still a carriage or is it a rickshaw?
It's a carriage.
It's a carriage. Because of the
Yeah.
size. Yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Oh, the musings that come up in this game. All right. Well then, yes. Miranda agrees. Looking a little pink in the cheeks, and bids you farewell. And looks like she's going to get ready for the evening.
Trying to think if Bernie was already dressed up, but no, he's probably not in ball attire currently, so he rushes back home to get ready and then will return with the carriage.
Excellent. Any preparations of note for anyone else?
Jarvis heads over to Jackie's.
Do we pass each other in the hallway?
Morning.
Morning.
But
Perfection. Yeah, Jarvis, you show up, and I mean Jackie's already getting ready.
oh, good. Now, I guess you could help me pick my outfit then.
Oh. I mean, I do like your blue coat.
But wouldn't the montage be more fun? And he pulls out like a roll of leather, slaps it down in the air, and pulls it down, and there's just a wardrobe that opens up.
When did you
My wonderful wardrobe.
have you has this been a thing the whole time and you just didn't say anything before?
No one asked.
Fair. All right.
There's like
montage.
there's a wall dedicated to suits, and then there are like 3 dresses in the side. They're all sized for Jarvis.
Of course. But
So-
taffeta is quite lovely, if that's what you're going for this evening.
No, I don't plan on stealing anything today, so no honeypot. Let's just go with a suit.
All right.
Is the cowboy hat too much?
Quite.
I'll just put it back.
Montage. Helps you get dressed. Do you coordinate? Are you guys that disgusting?
We're gonna coordinate.
Ah, excellent. She'll wear blue as well. A deeper blue too. The black. Does she continue with the black, or does she just say fuck it and go with her regular red?
I don't know. This is Jess's sister we're talking about.
Throwing caution to the wind? The Blackwoods don't do that. What are you talking about? She'll ask Jarvis.
Well, if we're not going to be here for any much longer, pardon my... Fuck it. I couldn't come up with a... French is a language.
Usually the one you use in that expression.
A language.
Pardon my French, but fuck it. Let's go.
All right then.
If anything, though, we should probably swap to the green. It'll bring out your hair and eyes. Yes, let's do that.
All right then. You both switch to green because you're ridiculous and coordinating. Oh my god. Lovely. Well, good. You two are ready. Anything for Jessamine or Avalon?
Are they going together?
That was my main question.
That's up to
Are they?
Avalon. Technically, she works
What
for
if-
them.
Yeah, I was gonna say they can't publicly go together, but what if Avalon goes through a convoluted steps of arranging separate carriages that will like leave separately, intersect, they ride over most of the way together, and then they swap back to their separate carriages when they reach the ball.
I mean, they can coordinate with Morrigan, who is also invited, chaperoned properly, of course.
Yeah, Morgan would probably ride with Avalon, like Avalon is escorting their sister to the event. And then Morgan knows about all of this, I assume. So yeah, maybe Morgan playing messenger for their arrangements.
Oh, Morrigan is quite aware of carriage shenanigans between their sibling and Ms. Booker.
I'll make sure that no undergarments are left behind this time.
We mustn't discuss this anymore. You already know far too much for your age. But that unless Jessamine, they just so happen to color coordinate, and then arrive separately.
If you think all this subterfuge is really necessary.
Well, I suppose this is maybe some conversation where they're like at a hallway in Iron Hand, and like each one like standing on the other end of the hall, like leaning against the wall, at the
Facing
intersection of the
away
hallway,
from each other.
facing away from each other, having this conversation.
Amazing.
Well, I suppose, how attached are you to your job?
The more I have to deal with your mother, the less and less attached I become.
I suppose the hope is that we won't have to deal with this very long. We have arrangements made for tomorrow to root out the problems within the Arcanum. And once that is settled, hopefully it won't be too long till we can finally deal with my mother.
I hope so. Are the intersecting carriages really necessary? I
And I
could
thought
just
it would be
meet you
romantic.
there.
I thought it would be romantic to ride together for some short stint of time. but-
Oh. Yes, with your 14-year-old sister.
She has done an excellent job at playing matchmaker and all of this.
If you insist.
Well, I request. I do not insist.
An excellent answer.
I find those occasionally.
I suppose I should get ready.
Yes, I supposed I better had. I will see you shortly. Maybe a lingering touch of fingers at the corner of the hallway, and then
I approve.
What color are they wearing?
What color?
I was
are
thinking
they wearing?
something dramatic, like a crimson.
Ooh.
Jessamine just
Second
does
to
this.
class.
The right crimson would actually go quite well with red hair.
It was dark.
It's a very dark, like very specific shade.
Okay.
Avalon has the exact same swath that is used for their garments also being used for Jessamine. Has it tailored and arranges all of that for her.
Think Moulin Rouge.
That's a good one.
I do every day.
Don't we all? Excellent. Yes. Ooh, I love it. All right. So, our major characters, through various convoluted, for some very straightforward means, arrange their transportation. Any conversation for the meeting and then riding and then meeting and then leaving situation, or any of the other more mundane, just rides together?
I can't think of anything super specific for Avalon and Jessamine unless Savannah, you can think of something.
Other than some cute hand holding, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Okay.
Bernie is going to. It's probably a bit over the top in how much he is complimenting Miranda's outfit and how she looks and
Does
all
he
that
get a
stuff.
corsage?
Yes, but it's one he like plucked from the gardens himself and tried to put together, and he's like,
Oh no.
I know you could do better yourself with your magic, or maybe you could just spruce it up. Would you use spruce in a corsage?
Depending on the corsage, I suppose. Let me just tighten this up a little bit. Uses some very basic nature magics at her disposal to sort of put everything together in more of an arrangement. Thank you. Do you mind? She'll hold out her wrist.
Then we'll put it on, and then, hand lingers on hand afterwards.
Naturally.
But if you are ready, my lady.
Thank you. She regally trots up into the carriage. Miranda's also a redhead. Ugh, so we've got the green, we've got the crimson. She actually opts for something like metallic-y and silver. Sheen, very just floating her skirts around both sets of hooves, as we've found out how centaurs wear pants/dresses already, so we are aware. Looks lovely. Has sort of done a nice little updo with her hair as well. She looks absolutely stunning.
Bernie says that. Just gonna recycle your words.
Good man, good man. She says thank you to the profuse compliments.
Yeah.
And you head out. I assume just Jarvis and Jackie are just like making out in their carriage. They don't give a shit.
Yep.
That's what I like to hear. And after a couple carriage switches and you all arrive at the public house. For those of you that have been in town for long, this is the most extravagant that you have seen. This dance hall decorated. Garlands and banners, and it's rather astounding that it's been done so quickly. There seems to be a bit of a sort of star and planetary motif, as again, this particular ball was ordained by the stars, or so the invitation said. But you all exit your carriages at various times and enter into the dance hall. Very formally, everyone is announced as they enter as well. So, Jarvis, how are you and Jackie gonna be announced? Given that your date should be in prison.
Booker.
Good.
Let's not like explode the place. We want to make a statement, not like commit arson.
Not yet, anyway. The Honorable Mr. Jarvis Hawke and his lovely date, Ms. What was your name? Ms. Jacqueline Booker. You were announced.
I imagine
enter.
some of the crowd burst into titters at the Honorable Mr. Hawke.
There's like a bit of red on the corner of his mouth from Jackie's lipstick. No one's told him.
Yes. Why would she? She's noticed. She doesn't care. Bernie. Do we have a last name for Miranda?
Graves.
Graves, thank you. Have you and Alex every time. The Honorable Mr. Bernard Sinclair and Ms. Miranda Graves. There's probably a little bit of excitement at Miss Graves, who's not known in Bexley, but looking ravishing. And on the arm of the consummate flirt, Mr. Sinclair. Jessamine, Avalon, do you enter together? Ms. Jessamine Booker. Definitely some titters and oohs and ahs at the lovely crimson outfit. And Avalon entering with Morrigan.
Yes.
Layrd, Avalon Cross, and a Ms. Morrigan Cross. There's applause even as the Laird enters. This formality done, you are free to make your way around the party. Literally the entire town is here, or entering.
Yeesh.
And not just the the elite either. As more people enter, you realize that several of the merchant class have been invited. A couple of higher up servants and butlers from some of the nicer estates in town, in fact, have been invited. Looking a little nervous and adjusting their finery, but looking excited to be included this evening.
If Jarvis spots anybody he knows, he is just gonna beeline right for them.
Jacqueline will follow, enjoying herself again. Other than y'all being on vacation, first big party Jackie's gotten to go to in several years. You know what? Jackie will she will go head to the food and drink table, cause hell yeah, of course she is.
I think Bernie is going to talk to Miranda probably as they're walking in and finding a place to, get out of the way of the entrance first off. But now I know that we only have the one dance promised to each other, and it's a party. You should go around, see and be seen. But at some point, I do want to gather the everyone, because I'm still worried something might be afoot later. But aside from that, if you would do me the honor, I would love to spend most of the evening with you, though of course allowing others to have their turns with your dance card.
If you would like, I would be more than happy to allow you the first 2 dances, Mr. Sinclair.
Nice. So generous, Miss Square Thieves.
It seems only fair after, this and you unloading the thesaurus at me in various ways of complimenting my dress and my hair and my general personage all evening so far.
Yes, I do believe some of my old tutors will be quite proud should they ever hear of that, but
I didn't know there were so many words for pretty, but I stand corrected.
there are several more, but would not utter them in polite company.
Barney.
Like a comedic shadow, Jarvis is next to Bernard's shoulder and just whispers, "Unloading a thesaurus on her dress. Is that what they're calling it these days?"
No, but perhaps I'll figure out a way to work that into the next bodice ripper.
Miss Graves.
Mr. Hawke, good to see you.
Pleasure's always. So how are we doing tonight?
Fine. I honestly just leans in so as not to be heard. I don't even see Ariana anywhere, so
I haven't seen her since I told her to leave, but this is... I can't imagine she would leave when this is happening.
Right.
no, she wouldn't miss a good party, I suppose.
Well, we should be worried about what she's been doing in the downtime between you telling her to leave and this party. The things we do in the shadows often are a bit more... I had the wordage. I lost it. Dangerous.
As if called. I won't make you do two characters, RJ, but as soon as you say that, you do see Lord Von Karma just walk by. Because you can't say what we do in the shadows and not have a vampire appear. I'm sorry, it's the rules.
I'll keep an eye out on things.
Yes, I do wish to speak with the others, and we should be wary, but I don't know that paranoia will serve us much good beyond how much we already are.
In my line of work, a healthy dose of paranoia goes a long way.
So I will say I did also request some assistance from another powerful personage, and so well, we'll see. We'll see what shakes out from all that.
All right. I should probably go find Jacqueline.
Jacqueline is very easy to see, given that she has loaded a plate so tall with various food that it is a wonder that it has not fallen over yet. But has managed it, and is talking with various people in town who are oohing and awing over her lovely attire.
All right. So meet back up after, say, 4th, 5th dance.
Sounds like a plan, and no, tell the others if you see them.
Tell them what?
Oh, just to meet up.
Oh. Okay.
My cadence in that was very, very weird. I realized.
I picked up what you're putting down.
Yes.
And like a shadow, Jarvis falls back and kind of over by Jacqueline reaches up to pick a cherry that is on this monstrous Tower of Babel that she's created.
Oh, good. I was saving that for you.
Thank you. I do have to watch my figure.
Where are Jessamine and Avalon and Morrigan, for that matter?
Well, before we do that, I'd just like to give a little peek behind the curtain into my life and what's going on with me right now. And it's mostly that I sent Val a picture of the suit that I thought maybe Jessamine was wearing, and I immediately got the response, "This is awkward," and the same picture. So that's what's been happening over here for the last 5 minutes.
It was very funny. We're trying to coordinate
Amazing.
our outfits.
One of you has to change.
One
Well,
of
this
us
is
has to
awkward.
change.
So that just happened in real life. I'm gonna post a screenshot of this conversation because it's
Please do.
really
It's amazing.
very funny. I think we may have spent too much time together.
You don't say.
The ones married to each other? What?
Don't tell everyone.
You've given away the ending. Damn
I
it.
have all of the images on Google.
I don't know how we picked the same
Of
one.
all the images on Google and all the internet search engines, you chose this one.
Anyway, I just wanted to share that with the internet. It was very funny.
Amazing.
Uh,
Marker, one of us has to change. Excellent.
so yeah. No. I mean, I imagine they're
Are they wearing the same suit, though?
Together.
Because that would
I
be
think-
epic.
Yeah, it's what we ended up coming up with was distinct. They are distinct enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly the same fabric, but distinct enough.
Excellent.
Yeah, I think Avalon maybe does like filling their role as the socialite, which I haven't done throughout this entire game. Avalon does like a lap around the room, very circuitous, like not going directly towards Jessamine or anything, or like trying to reconnect after they come in separately. Trying to again, saying hello to all the important people and shaking hands and having very short, polite conversations with familiar faces before finally reconnecting back with Jessamine, saying, "Oh, Miss Booker, glad to see you made it all right."
Yes, you as well. Laird.
Seems we might have found the same tailor.
Indeed. At least we know we have good taste.
I believe so. You look wonderful.
As you.
Have you had the occasion to dance yet?
No, your sister needs a chaperone while you are performing your social duties.
Right.
Morgan's just over. She's stuffing cake in her mouth.
Well, if you have received multiple offers and would like for me to watch my dear sister for a moment, I would gladly oblige.
All right.
And perhaps I can find another chaperone for her if you would do me the honor of having one dance this evening at least.
Starts to say something to the at least. Remembers they're in public. Keeps her mouth shut. I would be on it.
Oh, I assure the honor is all mine.
The longer they talk, I think you could just start to hear her clenching her jaw. Like,
Avalon is loving this
Power
this
dynamics.
Power dynamic shift.
Bernie will arrive at that point, probably. I imagine maybe even Morgan kind of waves him over. But Laird Cross, Miss Booker, lovely to see you.
Bernie, how is your evening going, avoiding your aunt?
Yes, and that worries me. I haven't seen her since I told her to leave, but I can't imagine she would not be here.
Well, from what you told me, I assume that she took your warnings seriously.
That would be the ideal outcome, but again, all this just so happens to be after I tell her to leave town.
They're only the matchmakers. What harm can they really cause if she's up to something nefarious?
Kind of looks at Jessamine. You know, I remind them that my aunt organized the cultists to attack their place of residence.
Never underestimate the abilities of powerful women meddling with love.
Well, I'm sure whatever she has in store, if anything, that we will take care of it. I can't imagine her causing too much of a fuss here in public with everyone in Bexley present.
Or that is precisely the stage for her to make her move. But I did, and starts kind of looking around, also send a missive to another powerful person in town requesting her assistance. So that'll be fun to see if those two end up butting heads.
Well, I'm excited to see whatever fireworks are on display after that. slightly unrelated note, I haven't mentioned this to you either, Miss Booker, but are either of you free tomorrow evening?
Assuming we survive tonight, I believe so.
I'd like to make that assumption as well. If so, I have some business to discuss. I might need your assistance with.
Of course.
We'll discuss more in a more private venue.
Indeed. Well, I should continue making the rounds. I should stop Morgan over there from having a... Is that her 4th slice of cake?
5th, actually. Yes. I will intervene with my sister. You continue your socializing.
You'll both know
Perhaps
fun.
if
Well, before you settle on that conclusion, I did come over to also ask to get a spot on both your dance cards. If I may have that honor.
Of course. Though I may have a favor in return when it comes to my sister's companionship or chaperoning for this evening.
Of course. Though I will say, you have been suitably warned what ideas may have arrived in your sister's head afterwards.
I don't like the sound of that. Morgan, please put down the cake.
It will doesn't run away too hard, but will move around to the other side of the table or the column or wherever she is.
As the crosses play keep away with cake, the dancing begins. Bernie, do you escort Ms. Graves to the floor?
Indeed. I imagine given this, there's not a who's going to be the first ones out, but he will endeavor to be one of the first couples out, but isn't oh, look, it's time for the 2 of us to dance and no one else. But
She tries not to trip as you go very quickly to the dance floor for the first dance. The dance floor's gonna be there when we get there, Bernie.
yes, but I do want to make sure that we have plenty of room.
Very considerate of you. I promise not to step on any of the other guests.
Well, I'll let you know if there are some that you shouldn't step on.
Just give me the nose, and I'll make sure it's done.
Now I'm trying to imagine how ballroom dancing with a centaur would go. Very carefully.
But she is quite light of hoof, and again, she grew up in the same sort of environs. Obviously, being around royalty most of her life, she can handle her own.
I imagine you have to be very careful not to step on her dressage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please speak up. I hate you.
Though I do also imagine there are perhaps some American variants on some of the dances that the 2 of them just fall into. And so maybe they accidentally bump into a nearby couple or something. Nothing outrageous, but just the over in America they turn this way instead of that way with this current dance.
When you say American variations, I'm just assuming that at one point when everyone else does something else, they just clap and start shaking their asses or something.
It just turns into the dancing sequence from A Knight's Tale.
We literally just watched that movie last night.
Yes,
He's about
Last
to say the
night.
same thing.
Nice. So good. There are a couple of those variations. Some people look on, sort of titter, but are impressed by your dance moves. Any other dancing?
Of course, Jarvin and Jacqueline. But then they go back to eating.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if Avalon, Jessamine, Bernie, and Miranda want to go off dancing, Morgan is with Jarvis and Jacqueline, just keeping an eye on her.
We're
Babysitting.
we're more than happy to keep Morgan company if any of you would like to go to the dance.
What has Morgan been told about Jacqueline?
I don't know, but given that she looks exactly like her tutor, I suppose
But, okay.
Morgan can come up with whatever she wants.
But so has not been told, like, this is your tutor's twin sister who was wrongly imprisoned.
I
Just
don't
making
think.
sure.
Yeah, I don't think we would have gotten to that level of detail. Probably this is Jessamine's cousin.
Who looks oddly like her.
Strong genes in that family.
I think at one point she does just kind of poke Jacqueline. Are you an illusion?
Not that I'm aware of. Are you an illusion?
Am I an illusion? Kind
Oh,
of
no,
pokes her
darling,
own
no.
face.
I'm sorry. I didn't. Oh, can
Yeah, have some
someone
more
intervene
cake.
on this existential crisis, please?
She's having a dissociative episode with all the sugar.
Oh no.
Oh, no, maybe have some water.
If they are so kind as to babysit Morgan, then at that point, Avalon would take advantage of the opportunity to ask Jessamine to dance. Does Jessamine lead? How hard is it for Jessamine not to lead?
I'm very difficult. If Avalon wants
I
to be
imagine-
the one leading, she'll let it go. But
I think it's something where like Avalon has the like expectation as like nobility to be the one leading. I don't want to lean into like it being a gender thing. I think it's more so it's just like a
yeah, that's what I was
power and
thinking.
position thing. But I have to imagine that like halfway through the dance or something, it just like Avalon feels Jessamine begin to take the lead and then just kind of follows along with it without saying anything, and then and just sees whether she realizes at any point during the dance that she's asserted herself as the lead dance partner.
If she does, she doesn't care.
If I may throw in a brief snippet in lieu of some of our changes for our friends completing their inner conflicts. At one point, you do see the Duke has arrived with Mr. Tact Hellstrom in tow, but also with, at first, a young lady you don't even recognize until she turns on the dance floor with the Duke, and it's Ophelia. And Mr. Hellstrom smiles watching them go. The three of them take turns dancing this evening. seem to be enjoying themselves quite thoroughly. And since this one would require someone to potentially do some other characters, if Val is amenable and would like to take a token, Zachary arrives. Maybe looking slightly uncomfortable in the finery, but cleaning up quite nicely.
Yeah, I will accept the token on the with the addendum that yes is very like I think Zachary throughout most of this has been like kind of like had shaggy like longer like black hair, bit of like scruff, tend to even at like the formal events dress like dark black, like very nondescript, even in like in his more like blend in clothing at the finer formal events, but is wearing like a very fashionable, maybe like silver suit, and is like clean shaven, short cut hair. It's looking very polished.
Jarvis has a hand on Jacqueline's shoulder, and he's trying his best not to laugh, but he is doubled over in pain. He's a former werewolf wearing silver. Do you not get the irony here?
My love, I believe you are taking hold to the least important part of all of this. Your brother's here.
Oh shit, yes he is. Kind of scooches Morgan back behind them.
If I may say, even, I don't know whether through this different sort of transformation, Zach would even be recognizable to Morgan at this point, given this abrupt change in demeanor.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine anyone that didn't know Zach well would recognize him, like, given how much he's changed, like, other than Jarvis.
If I may add, given the conversation that you and I had a little bit earlier, Val, on this rather formal suit, there is a small coat of arms.
Is he working right now?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Because I had something funny if he was there as on actual duty. But,
if you'd like him to be there working and go with that, feel free.
I mean, I think it would be funny because I think there's a moment where he like comes in and he pauses and then pulls from his pocket a tiny magical stone and presses it to his ear, whispers something, and then takes a step to the side as like somebody come like a very finely dressed like noble comes in, somebody from the Fae court, like.
Yes, we will say a gorgeously dressed and coiffed Bigfoot, to be specific, enters after him. Yes, is announced, and I can finally fucking use this name. G, I'm sorry, you literally gave us this NPC like 4 sessions ago. The Honorable Lady Dominique Desire. Thank you, G, for that one. As this gorgeous Bigfoot enters and goes into the party.
I'll be right back, love. Whoop. Sidles up next to Zachary, hands in pockets.
I think
A
you just get the
shit-eating grin on his face.
you get the last bit is like takes the stone down and says like, everything appears to be clear in here. I'll keep an eye out. Tucks the stone away, turns. Oh, God.
Look at you. dressed to the nines. Working?
Yes, working.
Ah. Alright, well, I suppose I should not disturb the service dog while they're working.
Huh.
On a more serious note, if you get any missives about me, just forewarning, I quit the family.
I heard something like that. Why?
Tired? I've had enough.
Well, good on you.
You can quit too, you know.
I've never been as reckless as you are. I'll let you take the first leap. Maybe I'll join you once I see that you make it safely.
If you ever, I guess, need a helping wing, don't be afraid to reach out.
It's honestly not what I expected to hear from you after everything. I sort of owe you.
Kind of learned that the family that you grew up with isn't exactly the family you keep around. He's just gonna look out at the dance floor.
Well, I don't think I've ever really had that family in the traditional sense. Family to me was always another job.
I mean, we were sort of there when we were kids, running amok through Bexley.
It caused a lot of trouble. I miss that. Not the trouble, but the together. But
All right. Speaking of running amok through Bexley, brother, I would suggest you keep a extra vigilant eye out. I have it on good authority that something might go down tonight.
what do
I
you
didn't
mean?
plan it. I didn't plan it. I don't know the
All right.
details. I just heard it through Bernard, whose aunt set up the entire cross fiasco.
All right, can you give me any more detail than that? Because keeping that sort of thing from happening is kind of the whole reason I'm here.
He'll spend the next couple of minutes saying the information that he knows, but excluding anything that's a little bit too sus for the group.
He just rubs his temples and shite. Miss Knox is gonna kill me if something happens. I gotta keep an eye on my charge for the evening.
I'd go at it then. If things do drop, I'll be in the corner over there.
Right. I have my priorities for tonight, but if I'm able to keep them safe, I'll help you however I can. I just don't want to be working off my debt to the old lady any longer than I have to.
Sympathetic hand on the shoulder. Pat, pat. Jarvis walks away.
You just hear him mutter under his breath, "Fucking monster." I think Zach is actually terrified of Mrs. Knox.
Excellent. Any other dancing, carousing, conversations?
No, unless there was something that we needed to deal with the meetup with everyone.
I don't think so. It's just making sure everyone is on the same page of haven't seen it, Aunt Ariana. There's no way she's not here, but still don't know what her game is exactly. So I don't imagine it would be very good for us to, magic up some smoke and clear the dance hall out. That seems a bit extreme, but it's the best I've got right now.
That seems a bit extreme. I agree. I propose we just wait and see what happens.
Just so everyone knows, my brother's here.
Oh God.
Should
Where's
we be
Morgan?
concerned?
He's working right now for Lady Knox,
Oh.
so Morgan should be safe.
And he's not here to kill me, right?
Well, the thing about Hawks and contracts is we keep to our contracts, so yes, you should be safe. If his priority is to guard those dignitaries over there, then you have almost nothing to worry about. Unless a fight breaks out and he sees an opportunity to strike you in the crossfire.
But my lad, I imagine at all of these events there's at least one person who wants to kill you.
Yes, but normally they're incompetent.
I'm going to tell my brother you think he's competent.
Well, I've at least seen him transform into a giant, monstrous abomination, and I don't trust that won't happen again. No offense to your sister, Jessamine. Sure, she was very thorough.
I'm not going to get in the middle of you insulting my sister.
Who insulted me?
The Laird Cross.
No one.
She's eaten about halfway through the tray, but still has it in one hand.
I was merely saying that magic is fickle, and it is possible that Zachary over there may perhaps still have some lingering bestial tendencies, and I'm very wary of that when it comes to
is
my face.
always a good choice to describe women and their actions as fickle.
Magic is fickle.
Why, I cannot attest to whether or not Jarvis's brother may still enjoy a rare steak or two. I can quite thoroughly assure you that he is now incapable, at least through the means of lycanthropy, of turning himself into a werewolf.
Right.
Now, whatever in the bloody hell else he did to himself with the and the arms just coming out of his shoulders, and I had no part in that, so I cannot say here or there about that one.
I will find my sister then and give him a wide berth.
Better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Well, please excuse me.
As Avalon runs to Morrigan.
I think it's just a very brisk walk towards her, takes her by the hand and escorts her on the other side of the room, and makes excuses for why they wanted to inspect the artwork on this wall.
Morgan is very sad that the abruptness caused her to drop a piece of cake.
I think Avalon, to distract her further, grabs another piece of cake and says, "Here, eat this," and we'll just keep feeding her to keep her away because as they continue to look over their shoulder back towards Zachary on the other side of the ballroom.
Who I imagine is not paying any attention to them whatsoever.
No. No, Zachary doesn't care.
Amazing. You all enjoy overall a lovely evening. Dancing, the food is amazing, everyone is out and about. It's pretty great. Nope. Yeah, we'll go with that one for now. Sometime into the evening, once most people have arrived and been announced, the crier, as it were, makes their way to the front of the public hall and sort of gets the attention of the musicians who bring the music to a stop after a final dance, and clears their throat and says, "We would like to announce a round of toasts for the town at large. Those wishing to make a toast in good health or in commendation of those within Bexley may gather to the front. To begin the festivities, the Honorable Ms. Ariana Sinclair." And from the back of the room, extravagantly dressed in a gorgeous orange robes, appears Ariana, to a round of applause. Makes her way to the front with a glass of champagne, calms the crowd. "Welcome, all of you. Thank you so much for clearing what I am certain are very busy schedules to attend our lovely ball this evening. I believe I can start this round of toasts, shall I?" She'll raise her glass and start making lovely comments and toasts to those around the town. Makes a comment about Ms. Dominique Desiree and lovely commendations to the Fae Court at large. Makes comments about the local tailor and the butcher and the butler of one of the fine estates also being here enjoying themselves. Knows every little thing about them. They all seem very pleased, very taken aback by this very intimate awareness of everyone throughout town. She turns her eye toward Jessamine. "Jessamine, I would like to spend one of your tags.
Okay.
Most specifically, that newly acquired Reckless one.
Okay.
Are you amenable to this?"
Yeah.
You know what it means as well. Yes? Given that it is a negative tag.
Yeah.
Excellent. Go ahead and spend that. To Ms. Jessamine Booker. Or should I say Ms. Jessamine Blackwood. Returned to town. There's a bit of a hubbub throughout the crowd as several people who have been here for a long time definitely know the name of Blackwood. She has been with us for several months now, but under an assumed name. Interesting, given that her place of work is within the Cross estate itself. Yes, nasty bit of business that was. Well, not really for her, but for her sister, who I also believe is here this evening, Ms. Jacqueline Blackwood. Turns her attention just unerringly to our Jackie in the crowd, who all eyes go toward. Yes, I do believe this particular Ms. Blackwood was, until quite recently, incarcerated in prison for the attempted murder of the Baroness Cross. Interesting. Her escort this evening, a Mr. Jarvis Hawke. Jarvis. I would like to give you a token, if you're amenable,
Okay.
for Ariana to air all of your dirty laundry.
Oh boy. Yeah. Consequences. Let's do it.
Take a token. We have all heard various things about the Hawks, and Jarvis, I believe, has attempted to assuage most of those rumors, but at the same time making all of them quite true. I could go on and on about their escapades. Don't believe I need to, however, given that they have now quitted their post, both within the college, their only respectable course of work so far, and within their own family to, I believe, run off into the sunset. Interesting. Very interesting. To the Layrd Cross. I believe I get to spend a tag on this one. Yeah. Val, I would like to go ahead and spend that ostentatious tag.
Okay. I reject. I refuse.
Okay.
No, that'd be boring.
Go ahead and burn that. The Layrd, being one of our most renowned residents within town, however, leading a double life. One, as the respected Layrd and soon-to-be heir of the Cross estate. The other, a high-ranking member of the Arcanum Populi. The crowd began to get louder and louder with all of these pronouncements. At this, they go deathly silent. And, of course, I cannot forget my darling nephew, Bernard. Bernie. I think thoughtless seems the most appropriate here. All right, if we spin that,
Yes.
go for it. Oh, and Bernie, don't you worry. You probably think that I'm going to regale the town about your escapades and attempts to court several individuals at once. But I'm hip. I'm with it. And for God's sakes, I'm a matchmaker. Why should I have any qualms with polyamory? It's my jam, for fuck's sake. Oh, pardon me. No.
Who are you?
My main concern is that Bernie joined us after essentially leaving his promised fiancée at the altar to sow his royal oats here in jolly old England. Now, his former fiancée may not have any particular qualms with this, or perhaps she does. Only Bernie and she would know that, I suppose. But I don't know what the rest of you may think of that. Well, a toast to our fine, fine society here in the Tun. Cheers. She downs her champagne flute to an uproar throughout the ball. Several of you are jostled, nearly accosted as people are clamoring at you to know if these pronouncements are true. How could these things be true? Particularly Jacqueline and Avalon, given that these pronouncements were illegal. What do you do?
Avalon, as soon as the silence fell, and I'll spend a tag for this too if it'd be appropriate. I think Avalon just started laughing, and like I think when people approach, tries to play it off like, "Oh, you were taking that seriously. I assume this was the entertainment for the evening, was it not? It was a rather hilarious joke. I assumed, me, a member of the Arcanum Populi. That's preposterous, truly.
Clearly the woman is quite drunk.
Clearly. Or an excellent orator. I should go congratulate her for her display myself. That was quite amusing."
Which tag were you wanting to spend here?
Even tempered.
That feels fair.
Saying at least doing enough right now to, I mean, obviously can't stop everyone who heard that from now questioning it, but maybe enough to sow some doubt that the proclamation was
Keep
true.
them from grabbing you and taking you to the constable's office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it a rumor and less of like actionable information. And we'll like continue with that like along those lines of saying, and there's certainly no reality in which my mother would employ a Blackwood of all people. You should know for sure that she would never allow such a thing to happen, given her own life being at risk from those very monsters themselves, of course.
But how would she know? Especially given I am a long resident here in Bexley. Both of these young women look astonishingly like the Blackwoods. That red hair, that profile. I can't believe I didn't see it before.
Truly.
Must be a Weasley.
Red hair,
Quarter of the
hand-me-down robe.
My dear, no one would accuse that garb as a hand-me-down. Be that as it may. That one is a little more difficult to finagle. Several people are looking between the twins in particular. Jacqueline looks rabid. Like she's about to fight somebody or fucking run.
Jarvis has put himself in between Jacqueline and the crowd, kind of menacing. Like, hey, back off. It's my girlfriend.
Okay. Bernie. Miranda, throughout all of this, went from red to white. And has just slowly but surely, like, stepped away from the dance floor and sort of put herself up against a wall away from the crowd.
Bernie is going to ignore everyone else and just calmly approach her, put himself in front of her, try and take her hands, look her in the eyes. How are you? What do you need right now?
I don't know if I can do this.
Should we step outside and get some air?
I don't know if I can do this, Barney. She's right. How are we ever supposed to get through this?
Miranda, look at me, please. We'll get through this together because that's how we've always been. Yes, she's right that, polyamory and all that, but I want the others, but I need you, Miranda. It was always going to be that way, and it just took me too long to realize that. And I will never stop apologizing for that. But we will do this together. Because together, well, we're unstoppable.
I feel like this party has lost its appeal. Can we go?
As you wish. As he starts escorting her out, is going to try and catch the eye of any of the others, just to be like, hey, by the way, I'm taking her, and kind of motioning like, we should all go.
As a lot of this begins to mount, the thing that this crowd cannot seem to get over is the presence of what they are almost certain is the Blackwoods. I'm gonna go ahead and play another one of Ariana's tokens. And I suppose this can go to Jessamine. Well, actually, in that case, Savvy, if you don't mind, I'd like to spend one more tag of yours. Devil May Care seems appropriate. After these pronouncements, Ariana has just stepped off to the side toward a side door. Seems like she's had a brief conversation, and into the party walks the Chief Constable of Bexley. Ariana just sort of waves in a gesture, and the constable locks eyes on you and quickly finds the copy of you, being your sister, and quickly makes an approach toward you both.
Jack, I think it's time to go.
I've been ready to go for the past 5 minutes.
Don't run. Not yet. This way. I think makes her way over to a stretch of wall, kind of through the crowd, hoping they're blocked a little bit, and takes off her gloves, sort of presses her hands together, presses them to the wall, and is gonna try to open up a little portal to somewhere else.
Oh shit!
Do
Okay.
a little running away.
All right. We are doing some big old magic, looks like. So yeah, let's do the table. I assume we want this to work.
I'd love for this to work.
Alrighty, go ahead and pay a token, and this is going to the ether. So, ooh, I have a feeling that this could be interesting, given some recent events. What does the magic demand from you, or what does it make you promise?
Ooh. This is not necessarily her area of expertise at all. I think it's a big power drain. I think she can probably do this once. And that's probably going to be it for at least the night. They're going to have to hunker down and hide somewhere.
Okay. I might go as far as to say that through this, at least the energy that Jessamine got back through that very big use of magic in changing Zach back. Sort of that same level of drain comes back to her after this. So she's going to be down for the count after this. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Token to the ether, and very quickly, with the constable approaching, Jessamine transmutes the wall into a portal and pulls her sister through it. In the eyes of the rest of you, both of the Blackwood sisters disappear to a loud shrieking and kerfuffle throughout the crowd. Many calls of "Find them! Guilty murderers!" But they're gone.
With my knowledge of how to take a situation and use it as a former Hawk, I want to, while all this is going on, Jarvis has clamped an arm around like Avalon's hand and put a hand on Morgan's shoulder as he's like kind of pulling them towards the exit.
I think Avalon was very upset, like watching, like through the crowd, like looking over, saw Jessamine just vanish. Just gonna assume that she's okay, and then let Jarvis pull them along. Still trying to keep up the ruse of, I'm sure everything's all right. It's all part of the entertainment. Just out of here, please.
Is it true?
Talk about this later, Morgan.
All right.
Jarvis. Oh, go ahead.
Just as add. She's a good person. You know her. We'll discuss the rest later.
Okay.
carrying on this quiet conversation as Jarvis very forcibly escorts the crosses out of the room. Bernie. What do you do?
Oh, I was escorting Miranda outside, just trying to get her away from the situation. Now, Miranda, we can take this at whatever pace you want. We can stick around and make my aunt pay for this, or we can go back to America within the week. But I do at least need to make sure that my friends are okay from all this.
We're not going anywhere until we figure this out. Whatever happens, this ain't fair. They don't deserve this.
No, they do not. So we'll make this right, and I'm glad that you're with me for this.
Always.
This may be an inappropriate time, but just in case we need to use this for the others for the purposes of diplomatic immunity, but Miranda Graves, will you do me the honor of being my queen?
You're right, Bernie. This is absolutely the wrong time for that.
Right, I just wanted to make sure I asked you first. You don't need to answer right away. I just, like I said, wanted to ask you first.
The more things change, the more things stay the same, Bernie Sinclair. I swear to the gods. She'll grab your hand and quickly trot out of the building. I already broke my promise. We're already going over. However, I need to know. I need to know where our sisters went. The rest of you hustle and bustle out of the mob that has been created by Ariana's doing. Jessamine, where are you and Jacqueline?
Jarvis's lab.
You both quickly appear, almost thrown through the portal, which quickly closes behind you. Jacqueline looks around, sees the state of her sister, grabs both of your arms. You shouldn't have done that. Sit.
They weren't going to let us out the front door. Stupid, we never should have gone.
It's what they were counting on. Damn it.
It's alright. I've done this once before. Do it again.
Do what?
You're going to have to
Do
hide.
what?
Really hide.
I would assume that is what both of us would be doing. What are you planning?
There is proof at the Cross Estate. Somewhere. Buried somewhere deep in that woman's things. That will prove our innocence. And I'm going to find it.
And how exactly do you presume to do that, given we are persona non grata to the extreme?
I'll think of something. I always do.
Well, obviously not tonight.
No.
Hustle you into a chair. You look dreadful. Sorry to say.
I feel dreadful. Definitely not my area of expertise.
We'll remember that for next time. I'm sure the right people will come looking for us. For now, just stay put, all right? She'll leave you both, me, you and the character that I'm also playing, leave you both with this. From the corner of the room, after Jackie's pronouncement of the right people looking for you both, you hear a voice. Oh, I believe the right people have been looking for you this entire evening. Jackie shoots her head back to look into the corner. Who the hell is that? And from the shadows steps a figure. Long black robes and a silvery mask, similar to ones you have seen in one evening in particular. These, however, this mask is not of an animal. This mask is simply a human face, but blank and almost smiling knowingly. I wouldn't wish to presume, but I do believe the two of you may need my help.
Who are you?
Oh, pardon me, I'm so rude. Just call me the Advocate. And like I planned it. That's where we'll leave you for this evening. Sorry for going over, but we needed to finish. How we doing, everybody?
What have you done, Sid?
I feel great.
Consequences.
I was expecting worse.
Yeah.
But also Bernie did get off very easily, relatively speaking.
I like how everyone has like this list of crimes against them, and Jarvis is like, you know, he's a hawk.
Yeah.
There were too numerous to name.
His
Come
crime is
on.
existing.
Same.
Thank you ever so much for joining us on this evening. Thank you, of course, to my players. Real quick, let's go back around. Tell us who you are, where we can find you on the internet. And, you know, if you have some stars and wishes for the evening, we'll start with Val.
Hi, I'm Val. If you would also like to protest the unfair treatment of the players in this game, you can text 555-012 with, I thought this was a collaborative game. Your donations are appreciated.
I couldn't get to the video
I
setting fast
asked
enough.
every single one of you if you were amenable to the situation.
I know, but I have to pretend like I'm not. Okay.
Acting.
Anyway, hi everybody. You can find me here doing stuff Thursdays through Mondays, playing running games. Join us tomorrow for Neon Souls, Fate game that I run. We had our first session of it last week with the new system in space. It's a great time to get on board if you're interested in joining us for that. Stars and wishes. That's really tough because like the suit thing didn't happen on stream, but I wanted, like I can't. That's like my honorary star for that because I can't believe that happened. Because like as I was gonna
Amazing.
post my thing, Savannah showed up with the exact same. Anyway, I think my my actual star is gonna go to it's gonna go to RJ for brother shenanigans, because I thought that was a really good moment between the two of them, and getting to like develop that further and getting to see that reconciliation. It's really what I wanted for Zach. I feel like I'm more invested in Zach's story now than I am in Avalon's.
Oh no!
Joking. Or am I? Anyway, and wishes. Boy, I don't want to say I want to murder Bernie's aunt, but I kind of want to murder Bernie's aunt.
Ariana gets hers. I think that's fair. Very fair.
And that's me.
Excellent. Savvy. How we doing?
I feel great. I feel personally attacked.
And that's a good thing?
Yeah, usually. In this specific situation. Hi. I'm Savvy. And I'm being punished for existing in this space. You can find me on Twitter at Savvy Seaworth. You can find my streaming schedule pinned there. I stream like 5 days a week now on this channel. Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and now Mondays for the Forgotten, where I'm in the DM chair again. It's we had a really fun first session last week, and I'm very excited, excuse me, to get back to it again. And then on Sunday nights, I'm on twitch.tv/LBHack'emUp playing Masks with Alex. Stars and wishes. My stars goes to Alex, because we've all, I think, learned a lot of things. That Alex refuses to have Bernie learn about timing so staunchly. And it's very funny every time. He just refuses. It's great.
Or he knows the lesson so well and does it on purpose.
Either one is very funny, and I just always appreciate commitment to a bit. It's my favorite thing. So that's my star, and then a lot of my wishes were actually fulfilled this time because I had consequences. I got another Bigfoot. Got to go to a ball.
Consequences.
Yeah.
That was on there multiple times, so I
Yeah.
feel like, again, the volume was appropriate.
Oh. I got one. I want to heist the cross estate.
Cross estate heist.
Crisscross.
That woman got... There's something incriminating in there. I know it.
Come back for Double Cross the sequel.
I got enough tokens to make there be something very incriminating in that house. That's all I'm saying.
I have some ideas. Thank you, Savvy. RJ.
Hey everybody, I'm RJ. Once again, you can catch me at RJustice282 on Twitter and Twitch, where I tweet about the nerdy things in my life and sometimes stream with my friends. If I go live, I normally retweet from there. But stars and wishes, my star. Savvy and Val for the dynamic shift throughout the ball had me fucking rolling. Just like, you can't touch me here. Just ever increasing, grating teeth. Wish. I want to get hurt real good.
Please elaborate.
No.
Don't.
Okay.
Story-wise.
Jarvis gets hurt
Hurt so good.
real
Oh,
good.
baby, make it hurt so
Hurt
good.
so good.
This is the musical episode.
Always. I run
Does-
this thing. It's always a musical episode.
Does Bernie's aunt come on stage like Phantom of the Opera score? Do, 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 do.
Ariana had fun tonight. I don't know about the rest of you. Last but not least, Alex.
Hello, I'm last but not least Alex. I'm OMG Some Guy on the internet. Mostly here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays, and also Sunday nights over at LB Hack'em-Up's channel playing Masks with Savvy. And you know, there are others there too. It's not just the two of us chilling on LB's channel without her there. That would be a little weird. But let's see. I mean, I think my star for tonight, star for tonight is Sid for promising to blow our shit up and then blowing our shit up. And
I told all of you what would happen. Every step of the way. If I may say.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Then I think my wish, these things are all kind of rolled into one. I mean, I'm going to second Val's wish to murdering Bernie's aunt. It's, you know, for Aunt Ariana to see what happens for, you know, not
Walk around,
getting out of,
Ariana. Find out.
for not getting out of town when Bernie said, and also for seeing, because Miranda seems in it now to make sure things are set straight. So I want to see what she gets up to make that happen.
I like it. What's Miranda gonna do? I think we can explore that. And I, as always, have been your Facilitator. I'm Sid. You can find me on the Twitters. Greek Sid, where I will probably be avoiding for a while because my players are going to be very upset with me for a little bit. And that's okay, because you know what? Be careful what you wish for, because I will give it to you. There you are. My star this evening, I mean, I have to kind of give it to Savvy for rolling with this particular onslaught. Yeah, fuck me up, fam.
Somebody's
step
got
of
to
the
spend
way.
all my tags. 'Cause I'm not going to do it. You know this.
And for we know this. Thank you for rolling with it. Thank you for being amenable to my shenanigans, as always. And my wish is that now that I have destroyed everything, that we put it all back together. Excellent. And I'll help, of course, but, you know. I think we'll leave it at that as we've gone wildly over, and I promised I would end at 10, 11. Yeah, no, I didn't do that. I apologize, but we got through it! And we shall see you next time. Thank you, as always, to my players. You guys are fucking phenomenal, and thank you for rolling with several of my punches tonight, because there were a lot. Love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us this evening, for participating in chat, for doing everything that you do. We love our community. Y'all are amazing. And until next time, a good game and good night, Internet.